This is Upendra Narmala, Polity faculty. This is our continuous class of salient features of the Indian Constitution, and the salient features, the important salient features: Parliament supremacy and judicial supremacy. Our Constitution has the synthesis, means both the parliamentary supremacy and judicial supremacy. Synthesis of supremacy of the parliament and judicial supremacy. What is the meaning here? Meaning, parliament always try to make laws on subject matters of the people welfare. But here, whenever parliament making laws, the judiciary can be check and interpret that laws. And every time the parliament and judiciary having some conflict while they are making laws, the judiciary has a judicial power and it can be reviewed. That is called judicial review. Both parliament and judiciary can be balanced. Whenever this parliament are making the law, the judiciary can say whether it was under the limitations of the constitution or it was crossing its limits. Whenever parliament cross its limits and violating the benefits of the people or violating the fundamental law of the constitution, fundamental law of the land, immediately judiciary, that is Supreme Court, can be void it or it can be abolished. But many times this tussle is going on, but here in our constitution both these two are trying to balance them. It was the parliament cannot try to cross its limit, the judiciary can be immediately interfere. So here some of the cases like Berubari, Keshavananda Bharati, Golaknath, all these cases are revealing the synthesis of parliament supremacy and judicial supremacy. And one more important salient feature, independent judiciary. So in our constitution we have a separate part of the judiciary, that is Supreme Court. Independent judiciary means in America every state has their own Supreme Court and there was federal court. Federal court, whenever they will provide justice, or state whenever they provide justice, the federal court will not be interfere. That is the final justice of the states. But here the states have their higher judiciary, that is High Court. Whenever they will provide justice, Supreme Court can be interfere. That means the topmost court was Supreme Court, and from here to the downal position, the wider courts like sub courts, district courts, magistrate courts, high courts, and the topmost court is Supreme Court, also called apex court. That means all the laws, even in the Supreme Court or in high court or district courts, the same law will be applicable. There is no any differences like civil, criminal and Indian Penal Code. Every law is applicable everywhere equally. So this is called independent judiciary. And another salient features, we have a three type systems like central government, state level state government, local level local government. It was not original constitution, it was not mentioned in the original constitution. It was mentioned by the new amendment, 73rd constitutional amendment, Panchayat Raj system, that is local self-government. In the village level, we allowed the village governments can be ruled their people, that is local. In our constitution, it was a special feature because in the world any constitution not has this kind of facility. So this is also local. And one more important was 74th constitutional amendment. We entered a new system of cooperatives. Even here 43, Article 40, Class 3 and Article 39, they mentioned cooperatives, 39 Class F. The cooperative societies also mentioned in the constitution part 9b, whereas Panchayat Raj system part 9a. By entering these things, we are expanding the system of governance. So these are the special features of our Indian constitution. And continuation of this class, one more important salient features, independent bodies. Means already non-constitutional bodies, constitutional bodies, a part of that independent bodies also is there. Example, election commission. Election commission is an independent body. Controller and auditor, COG, advocate general, all these are constitutionally established independent bodies. These bodies functioned independently without interference of the central government. So here in the constitution, the salient features we are discussing in a brief way, because every chapter there is a separate chapter of each and every salient feature. And continuation of this one, emergency. Emergency is also one of the salient features of our Indian constitution. That meaning, in federal system and unitary bias, our federal system towards to the unitary bias, there was emergency word was used. What is that emergency? That means in our Indian constitution, article 352 and article 356 and article 360, these articles are saying about the emergency. Example, article 352, it was declared national emergency by this provision. That means 352 article providing a provision to the central government can be declared national emergency in our country, whole the country or a part of the country, part of the state. And whenever it was declared, the total powers vested in the hands of the central government to the extent of so and so area. And 356 article also one of the emergency, but it is called presidential rule. Whenever states failed to rule under constitution, immediately president can declare the presidential rule in that so and so state. 360 article was financial emergency. Now at present we are facing financial crisis because of corona. Why? All the economical functions are completely stagnated. Because of this corona effect, financially we are decreased. Maybe government, that means government has the power to declare financial emergency. But unfortunately, it is not unfortunate, it is a fortunate. In our India, till now, there is no any financial emergency declared. So this is also one of the salient features. All the viewers who are watching this video, you like it and share and subscribe. Thank you.